Yeah. Hey, which one is this?
19.
It's 20.
Oh,
I put the file as 19 also.
Damn it.
So we're racing against time for snow.
Yes, there's a current blizzard on at the moment at the Casa de Mike.
Casa de Pennsylvania.
So, also you're listening to Power Cycle Podcast.
Oh, I thought we were gonna prevamp.
Oh, prevamp. Oh, okay.
You know,
sure.
We had good cookies, bad cookies.
Good cookies, bad
Facebook
cookies.
live streams on our Facebook page.
Those are fun.
Those are cool. I like doing that.
It was a definitely interesting last.
I think we had some funnier moments during those in the actual videos
like
we shot.
36 to 40 hours of like it's pretty much nonsense. I don't think we stopped that often. I think it was like an hour and a half.
It was 36. We're not even 24. We're only at 24 by 1 hour.
I mean that's a good amount of time. I usually only do it for
chunk.
like a solid 8 hours. I come over. But this is like a day. So
this is good. We didn't get stuff done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Snow. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like the biggest blizzard of the year
so far.
It's the first blizzard of the year.
It's not even that bad. People just weren't ready. People just aren't ready. There's a difference between the blizzard being bad and people being negligent. Those are two different things.
Always be ready for a blizzard.
Always be ready,
especially in the month of June.
You never know when they're gonna drop the next Overwatch.
Amen. Absolutely. No, you don't know blizzard these days. Hello and welcome to the first episode of 2018 of the Power Cycle Podcast.
Episode 20 of 2018.
Oh, look at that. Who came up with this? What a genius. They're geniuses.
The numerical system did. Or us being so lazy over finals that we didn't shoot episodes over finals and then we went on break.
Yeah, also true. Finals were rough this semester. The whole
Hey, who are you?
I am Jack Barron.
And on the Mighty Mike.
I like that.
Oh, wait, I'm Mike Knowles.
Yeah, I was going to say.
At the Mighty Mike. God, drop the Twitter handles too soon.
Everyone calls him the Mighty
Mike. I know
Mike.
how to end this show, unlike you, and I put it in the beginning. And
ruined it. 2018 off to a good start.
Great start.
But 2017 is over. Like we survived everything. It was a tough
Survived is a strong word.
It was a long one. 2017 is probably the longest year I've ever experienced. Definitely felt a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like I was looking through all the games that have come out.
Starting in 2018, we're going in at 410 subscribers.
Dude, we didn't think we were. I was like, we were waiting. We were hovering. Like
we were hovering at like 380, 390 for a while. And it just like every time we got one, we like lose two. I'd be like, oh, come on. Like,
I think Cuphead was a good one. Like,
Cuphead really helped.
I think the Christmas
Cuckhead
one
really helped.
Yeah, Cuckhead, Christmas.
If you haven't seen Cuphead gameplays, go watch that. Christmas special did shit. Only got 18 views.
I think we had some fun ones too, like this today. I think we had some good ones.
Yeah, I don't know. They weren't our best. I think the Fusion Frenzy was pretty good.
Fusion Frenzy was fun.
Yeah.
For those who will that be out by this time?
No, this will be out first. This will go up like on Monday. So yeah. Anyway, this episode's we're just gonna talk about things that happened in 2017 gaming wise. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter one, but it's kind of a good way to close out and move forward. Also, because Jack's mom just called and said he needs to get home now.
Yes, before I die driving. Yeah, apparently every highway is shut down.
Apparently, so. Apparently, we've literally been in a basement, so we have no idea what's going on.
I've not seen the outside sun. I don't know what's going on out there.
But yeah. So 2017.
There was a lot. Like before we even started, I was like sitting here trying to think of everything that occurred, and there was
PUBG.
PUBG was a big one, obviously.
Year of PUBG.
But even like Zelda Breath of the Wild came out.
Oh my god! Yes, it did.
Like there are these extreme highs, and then there are these extreme
the rebirth
lows.
of Nintendo.
Like there are these whole. I was like, I never thought I would exit out of a year being like, wow, Nintendo just took the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Nintendo did everything, and everyone else dropped the ball somehow.
Like you don't really. I remember. I think my whole young life, like I've never been like Nintendo is the dominant. Like, except for like maybe Nintendo 64 and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
GameCube for me is like I wasn't exposed to Xbox, so for me I always thought like everything on the GameCube was like, I was like, oh my god, Mario Baseball, this game's great. Like,
yeah, but I'm gonna say like as when I was playing the 360, I was very aware.
Oh yeah, you were hyper aware about
like the 360 and the PS3 were like dominating this market, and the Wii was like, well, the Wii dominated too, but it dominated in
different way,
more of a sales sense.
It wasn't the same market in a sense.
It like activated this whole like the older market and the younger child market. But yeah, I was just reading today that the Nintendo Switch is like the best selling in North America of all time. Like it's already taking off.
Wait, the best selling what? You didn't even finish the thing.
Best selling console of all time in like United States.
Of all time?
I saw it on Reddit today. Yeah, go on Reddit. I think it's.
Okay, I'm going. Let's see. You keep talking while I'm doing this.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like I remember if you look back at our older podcast, I remember we talked about the Switch for. Fastest selling.
Fastest selling.
Yeah,
that's different. That's different than most selling.
Fastest selling.
It was like there's literally no way they already can't make it up as it is.
Yes.
There's literally no way that they already broke the record.
Excuse me. But I remember we were talking about the Switch, and we were like, "What is this going to be? Is it going to take off?" And I think there are many doubters as well.
I was a doubter
of what it would turn into.
I was a doubter,
and at first I didn't like it, but and it kind of grew on me in this. Because I think it came out this.
Oh, like a hernia.
Yes, and I think it came at this weird time where I was kind of growing jaded with everything else, and but then they have this Switch come out that's like, oh, here's Breath of the Wild. This is our launch game.
Here's a polished game.
Here's one of the best games of all time. This is our launching This is like just the start, and you're like, all right, yeah, but I have my Xbox One, and
but we got Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart again.
And like I'm sitting there like I have Gears of War 4 that may have come out this year. Like I mean, like I
think it came out this year. I don't know. It didn't really do much.
I wasn't even excited. I wasn't even excited about like any like Xbox games. And like I have my buddies at the Switch like freaking out over every other week of a game coming out.
ARMS.
And it was so best games, and. What I'm saying is, like, if you look at it too, like, you have PUBG, which isn't on a console. Well, now it's on a console.
Now it's on. You could debate that it's on a console. You can debate that.
I was like, I just felt like this in 2017.
It's on a console for every 3 frames out of 60.
Like Cuphead, like Cuphead is the biggest Xbox game that I can think of that came out. Like, what does that say about the year? If like Cuphead is like, I love Cuphead.
Yeah,
it's a great game. But I'm saying like, is that it? Is that like the game?
That's the Xbox game of the year.
Is that what I spent all year waiting for? Was Cuphead, which I love to death. But again, it's like
there's so many good games.
Like, where is where are these big where's like the big Halo? Oh wait, I didn't like the new Halo. Where is the new Battlefield? Like it was okay. Like or the new Battlefront.
So where is the successor at least? To
that
title?
Where are these things that like these consoles boast about? And then it's like, oh, well, best game of the year is on the Switch. Best game of the year, PUBG is on. The PC. And, like, you have all these things that are happening elsewhere.
Now, hold on. We did have Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation. That's true. That came out in, like, February or whatever earlier this year.
I'll say, like, that feels like February feels like...
so good.
Feels like years ago to me, February.
And it's kind of hard when, like, literally every day is a new 24-hour news cycle that feels like it's a weekly story.
I mean, like, but do you think 2017, like, are you leaving 2017 confident in the industry?
I'm leaving 2017 dissatisfied in the sense that the things that should have hit my expectations, at least hit expectations, not like been amazing and blown me away, but things that should, like, the things that had easy goals to hit, missed their goals. Battlefront 2. And then like Nintendo, this black horse came out of nowhere who I had like zero expectations for and did everything.
Also, we learned Battlefront 2 is not backwards compatible on the Xbox.
Oh yeah,
One.
the original Battlefront 2. Yeah, the original Battlefront 2 is not backwards compatible. Come on!
How do you fuck that up? That's like
it's on purpose, so they just buy the new one. That's exactly what it is.
There's an issue with your game when you were worried about the original one from like 12 years ago selling, like people buying that over your game.
Yep.
And I think that's how I view 2017. I think 2017 was, I think in a lot of ways more than just gaming, even with movies and like obviously politically, all these other things that are going on.
Yeah, let's just keep it the gaming.
Of course not. But what I'm saying is like, there's this. I think 2017 like woke me up to gaming. Like, okay,
get woke gaming.
Like, I realized that the gaming industry has changed more than I thought it was. That I might not be the main audience that I thought I was. The people who are developing the games might not have my best interests in mind as much as I thought they did, and I think that's what a lot of people are experiencing is this idea of, oh no, it's not
disenfranchising.
Like it's not our culture anymore. It's not. It's not like we all share the same idea of we want good video games. It's this idea of there are people who want our money and they're going to do whatever it takes to get that money. And we have to be hyper aware of that and make decisions about that. We just saw at Battlefront 2, the whole internet that's like rebelled.
Yeah.
And that to me, I was like, that wouldn't have happened 5 years ago. That wouldn't have happened 6-7 years ago.
I rebel.
And exactly. And
best line.
And now you're at this point where the community as a whole is saying we cannot buy this game, which like you liked it, I liked it, I wanted to buy it.
Gameplay was great.
Like I wanted it.
Too bad I couldn't play the entire game.
And that's the realization that you have to have is like if you want to. We've now reached the point where the industry is big enough and making enough money where you have to make these decisions where they will look at the gaming community and say these guys don't spend enough. The 10-year-olds who have their parents' credit cards are going to will buy 1 million loot boxes because they give them shiny stuff. Like that's who they're going after, and because I think adults don't spend a lot of money on loot boxes. I think
some adults do. If you have a dispensable income and it's like this is the game you're going to play, then like give them some extra money. And
I think as well, it's just like
loot boxes aren't bad by nature. They're bad by the people who design them to be bad.
And I think that's the realization.
Like Overwatch. Yeah, no problems there.
Agreed. And I think that's what I'm seeing is this idea of no longer can I mean I look back at Titanfall 2, which I don't think came out this year.
Hello, Jack. EA representative Mike Knowles here. How you doing?
Yes,
I represent EA.
Hello.
I hear you had a complaint about our loot boxes.
I did. Yes.
Do you have a suggestion on how we could have made those loot boxes better?
Yes. Could you just put in cool camos for the clones?
Like a yellow stormtrooper?
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Well, here's the problem with that, Jack. You see, we won't want to break canon of the Star Wars universe, so we can't design our own.
You have Rey fighting on Naboo.
No comment.
And has never been on Naboo.
No comment. Well, you don't know what she's doing.
You have Rey fight. You have Han Solo fighting Darth Maul. They won't have live at the same time.
Spoiler: I can't tell you what's gonna happen in episode 9, sir.
Episode 9.
Sorry, I can't.
Darth Maul and Han Solo both
come
back.
I mean, I can't. I can't personally say that that's gonna happen, but I mean, I can't. No comment.
Do you want my credit card number, EA?
Yes, actually, I already have it. So
I already have your credit card number.
If you want, actually just sign this paper so I don't have to get legally sued. And yeah, that's exactly what's going on here.
And
that's the kind of bullshit we're dealing with.
And I think that's what's tough is I think we as a community have to go into 2018 looking at what was it? Anthem, is that coming out in 2018?
Which one's Anthem?
That's that.
There's so many games that kind of
that's
blend
that
together.
Big EA one where it's like the
Destiny clone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it has a release date. I'll check.
But like everyone's looking at that like Anthem's gonna be so good. I'm like, what evidence have you seen that this game is going to be good?
From EA have you seen?
Like what? Why the one demo that you?
It needs to be made by BioWare. So like,
but BioWare fucked up Andromeda, but EA also fucked. What I'm saying is, even if these guys are good developing,
but hopefully they fucked up Andromeda because they were putting too many resources in the Anthem. That's the hope.
I agree. But to me,
release date 2018. No time in 2018.
To me, putting resources.
I really doubt it comes out this year.
To me, putting resources in Anthem is like, can you find cool ways to get people to buy stuff? Instead, or. Maybe they'll. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a shift in okay, we're gonna sell games. Like people are like, what? They sell a game for $80. Okay, that's fine. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
I remember I was playing Battlefield 1. I just got the entire season pass, the entire, all of the stuff on the Battlefield 1 game, and that's $80 value. All this stuff,
absolutely.
All the stuff, all the expansion packs. If they just came out and said, give us $80.
Instead of $60 and then paying another $40 to maybe get what you need.
Just give me say $80 up front and you get all the stuff. I go, okay, that's we're at a point where games can give you a lot more than $60 value. Where games are offering these these big experiences, and like Cuphead being $20. That's a perfect example of
$15 on Steam.
There you go. That's a perfect example of a company saying, here is the time. This is what it's valued at. Like, if Cuphead's not worth $60, I think it's a great game, but it's not worth $60.
Yeah, but they know it. They know it's not worth $60.
And that's why I like it that much more. As I went, okay, I paid a fair price for this. I have definitely got $20 worth. In fact, I might have gotten more than $20. I am more open.
Would you buy more boss fights for like $5? Like
absolutely,
I
buy $100. I buy a bunch more. Like if they were just releasing more fun stuff, like $10 for this, like $10 for another half of a Cuphead, like Cuphead 2, $20. Like, absolutely. I'll buy 10 Cuphead games for $20. And
at the same time, with Cuphead and stuff like that, we have all these failures, but then we have these weird, Nintendo, one of these dark horses. Like, we have, Prey. But that's not, come out with Prey. Like, what was that? Like, what? That game was great, but, what was that? Like, who saw that coming?
Even Prey, I heard, Prey was good, but but here's, the tough part. So you have a game like Prey, which I think I remember playing Prey.
You love Prey.
I played Prey in New York.
And Tribeca, yeah.
And I was like, I ended up buying it because, my mentality has shifted gaming wise. My mentality is no longer I want to spend $60 on a game. It is I need to look into this game.
Yeah.
It better be worth $60. It better. And I remember I was just watching a review of Prey. They're like, Prey is pretty good. It's okay. I'm like, all right, so we're $60 then. That's it. That's all I needed to hear was I'm not giving them $60.
And then who would have thought Assassin's Creed would have been good again?
I did hear Assassin's Creed was good, and that's what's tough is now a game series I obviously actively despise, like Assassin's Creed, I've heard is very good. And the fact that that's something that in 2017 and even there's Sonic Mania is another good example.
Sonic Mania?
That's
better than Sonic Forces?
And then Mario Rabbids, what the hell's going on?
That game also got a great score. I haven't played it.
That's what I'm saying. So these weird the reality is what I'm seeing is if someone looks at something and they go and
Defracture, but who?
Fracture Butthole. But I heard that was actually not as good as the first one.
I heard it was better than the
really?
first one.
Okay.
I don't know what your game information.
I heard one review. Is there it wasn't as RPG?
I heard it's not. I mean, I hear everything saying it was bad. So
not bad. Yeah.
It's just another South Park episode as a game.
But I think what I'm seeing is a game of passion will turn out to be good if they just put in the effort to do it. If people care about the game, Cuphead is a game of love, and you feel it right down to the very core. You just get it. You're like, okay, these people clearly like what they're doing. They put in the effort for it, And I like it. And I think the same thing with Mario.
He likes it.
Like Mario Rabbids. The guy was like crying up there. Like, yes, I finally made this game that I have like wanted to make.
Senpai noticed me.
And like apparently people are like, this is like the best game. Like this is actually like fantastic. You guys have to play it. And I'm like, what
XCOM
world?
for kids.
I'm like, what world do I live in where Mario Rabbids is better than like Battlefront 2? Like,
It's being pushed more than Battlefront.
Like, where is that world? Like, what is that world? Why do I live in that world? 2017 is a scary world.
What world is this?
Like, and even that's what I'm saying. Like, now you're going into 2018.
Truman, are you there? Truman.
And like I'm going to 2018. Like, what am I looking forward to? What am I excited about? Like I just bought like 5 games over Christmas break that came out like a year ago. Like they're just like they're just not worth the money. But like they're finally being sold for like $40. I can like get all the content that I deserved buying it the first time. And even a game like Call of Duty World War II that came out, like people
Destiny 2.
The Destiny 2, like these games were like people are excited about them and people like them, but like I think mainstream games, like I guess not mainstream, AAA, like I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I feel like they're not turning quickly. It's not like we're not going to stop buying AAA games, but I think they're starting to notice people are getting upset. I think the people in the industry, I think people higher up in the industry, like the people who cover this stuff, are finally like getting tired of it, and it kind of trickles down a little bit.
Here's the problem I see right now, at least heading into 2018, is that I think the game devs understand this. I think the people with the money don't give a shit. Like, I think the people funding these projects who aren't actually making the game don't give a shit, and the people making the game understand this and like feel for us, but they are not in the position to actually like do that unless they're gonna walk away and start their own company.
I think that's the whole, like, a game like Titanfall 2, which Titanfall 1 is like one of my favorite games of all time, and I got Titanfall 2 over break, and I was playing it. I felt it. I was playing it. I was like, it's close. It is
so close.
Like it's so close to being what I wanted, but I can see where the publishers got involved. I can see where EA was like,
It's like Justice League. You can tell the exact moment that Zack Snyder stepped away and Whedon stepped in.
Yeah.
Like you can tell the exact hard cutscene where it starts.
And that's what stuff is. It's turning into like these. I think publishers are losing what makes games good. Like I get that people will buy Call of Duty. I get that. People are going to buy.
And that's fine.
Like you can make a lot of money just putting Call of Duty on a box and literally selling someone nothing, and they will probably buy it. And
it could be literally Call of Duty right now with just an HCV release, like Call of Duty 1.
But we need something, and I think the Switch is partly that something to come out where it's just a game. I think Switch is that, where it's just a thing of love. They're doing the best by the consumers, and it is paying off. And Nintendo is like raking in money.
I mean, Nintendo rarely puts out shit games. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I think that's a cultural thing though. Like a Japanese, because we were talking about, we never got to do this topic, but we should still do this topic one day about like the
Western
how cultural societies affect the gaming companies, the publishers and creators. Like how like for them it's like an honor thing. It's like we can't release a shit game.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't give out their IP freely. It's like we're not going to just let anyone make a Pokemon or a Samus Metroid game. Like no, like what?
And I think that's what's so interesting. Whereas you have, let's say for example, like Metal Gear Solid was a series of games where I think Kojima made all of that except for like one, right? Except for the
Rising, I think.
Yeah,
I think he was like involved, but it wasn't.
So think about that. But like if you look at Call of Duty series, there are 3 developers who are all doing their own.
And now they're making the zombie Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, they're doing this. Like all these people are all putting their hand in the pot, and it's like, okay, but what are you getting out of that? What are you doing with that time? Like if you look at every Call of Duty, the last good one to me was Black Ops 2. That's like the last one where I was like, this is good, and. There's going to be a 2018 Call of Duty. What's that going to be? There's going to be a 2018 Battlefield. What is that going to be? I heard like rumblings of Battlefield Bad Company 3. That's great. That's a game that everyone wants. Everyone's like, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is one of the best games of all time. I agree. I love that game. But how is EA going to fuck it up? How are they going to ruin it? I'm not going into this excited. I'm going into
very skeptical.
Like, how are you going to ruin it for everyone? Like, Battlefield Bad Company 3, this is what you all wanted, right? Ooh, more loot boxes of those. Sorry, everyone.
All right, well, we did the thing. Congratulations.
And that's what's tough. So no longer can you get excited about this game that you're like, like what if they came out with Imperial Commando, the Secret Republic Commando this year? They're like, here it comes, the game you all wanted. Ooh, just kidding. We're going to like fuck it up. Like, that's the issue.
God, I know there were so many portable versions of Metal Gear games.
I had one.
He didn't really do anything but produce the portable ones. And then the only other one he didn't really do was Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. He was just a producer on. So that's the only like.
Also, but even still being a producer is just being there at least, being in the room.
Yeah, but that's what he is marked for the mobile ones. And I really doubt he actually put like a lot of things.
That's true.
In,
yeah,
the mobile ones. Like producer is usually like.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
here's my sign off.
Do we think like I think a game like Death Stranding coming out eventually is a game where people like look at it and they go, okay, this could be like
that's gonna be the new Prey.
Like that's what I'm saying. Or like a game like Anthem where it's like I sit there and I go, these games could be cool. I saw your trailer. I remember watching the Division trailer and being like, oh my god, the Division, and it sucked. Like,
here's the one thing though, right? So there's a lot of people give like flack for a lot of things. Like a lot of people are relating Death Stranding to like Heavy Rain, for example. But here's the one thing with Kojima, right? And everyone's like, oh, Kojima loves movies. He's just making a movie. But it's like, no. He loves movies, and his games are very cinematic. But there's always a game.
Yeah.
There's always a game to be played in Kojima's. He never, like some other developers get carried away with their universe and their story and stuff and becomes too much quick play or too much like cutscenes. But there's always a game in Kojima's games to actually play.
And I think that's what what I look forward to in 2018. Hopefully, is I start.
Is that starting to come out in 2018?
Like, I just want to. Just in general, I just want to. I want to be
TBA.
excited. Like that's my hope. Is that we go into this next year, and I get excited about games again because that's that's my thing. I'm trying to figure out is where do I find that fun? Because I was playing Battlefield, me and my brother finally have 2 Xboxes in the house. We got to play together for like the first time ever on Xbox Live, and we had more fun than I think I've had on Xbox in a year and a half. Like we just played Battlefield 1 for 3 hours together. We both love Battlefield. We were blowing up tanks together and stuff. Like I could hear him screaming from the basement, and I sat there and I was like, this is what I wanted. Like this is
everything.
Like this is what gaming was to me when I was 13, 14 years old. It was playing with someone, not really about the game. It wasn't about the game. It was about being with someone that I liked, being with someone that I knew, and having this experience together.
The game is just a platform for the social interaction.
Yeah, and like we would talk. Like I remember there was a time in my life where I would sit down with my friends and we would talk about all the shit that happened like the night before on the game.
Yeah,
like that's what we talked about. I was like, wow, do you remember this happening? Remember this happening? And now when I play a game with my friends, I kind of hop off. I'm like, okay, that was just 3 hours I wanted to kill. That was me playing a game. Like, I don't really like. I'm trying to think. Like, I think the only experience this year, I remember playing Wolfenstein 2, and there was once.
Oh God, Wolfenstein 2. I need to play that game still.
Like, there was once where I was like, oh my God, I am like losing my mind. Like, this is so much fun. But that doesn't come or Cuphead. I remember playing Cuphead. I was like, this is very cool. This is fun. I'm like, I was so intrigued. And
they started making out.
Yeah, my date game. But like what I'm saying is like it doesn't happen as much as I thought it would. Like very rarely do I start up a game and get like these goosebumps. Like, oh my God, I'm in for an experience. And I feel like that did happen when I was younger. I feel like when maybe because I was younger at the time.
Halo Reach, man, for me, booting up Halo Reach the day it came out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I think today we were having fun. Like I think we were playing games that was fun because we had these fun experiences playing it. And what I think is what's important, like I hope that there is an emphasis on building the community and the culture. I think that only video games can do.
Right.
Like I get we can watch a movie and talk about it. I get we can watch a TV show and talk about it. But very rarely can I sit down and ask someone, what did you do in this game? And we go, oh my gosh, like ba-da-da-da-da. There's a secret thing. Do you want to play together? Yes, I'd love to. Yeah. Like, let's go play together. And like that's something that's so unique to this culture and to this community, and I think that the publishers and these big people are like, doesn't matter about that. I want this money. I want this stuff.
I've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think this is also partly a side effect of the culture of the mobile game market culture seeping into AAA development. So first we had like how microtransactions are kind of designed like the ones on the phone, and most of we got out of that, but I think we're still stuck in a little bit of that where they're looking at the communities on mobile because those are really active and really like they spend a lot of money and time on the game, which whether it's time or money generates stats for them to help them raise money if not. But you forget that a lot of people who play on mobile, it's not the same. Like, I'm not saying that people who play on mobile games aren't real gamers. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the experience playing mobile games is way different than playing AAA games because the communication and the way the community functions on mobile games, for the most part, obviously there are exceptions, but for the most part, are not nearly the same. There's almost zero contact with other players. There was like zero like actual like community building. I think like Clash of Clans maybe the only game I can think of where like I know people interact with other people in the same way you would when you're playing like Age of Empires or like Halo or anything else like that. And I think what happened was when we started designing games to create mobile game communities to push microtransactions, we create these communities that don't act like normal gaming communities, and I think that's feeding into this disenfranchisement because you don't feel involved in these communities. But it's not just you; it's the way they're designed purposefully, or not purposely, but accidentally designed as a side effect. And I think that's something we need to really re-examine: is how we're designing the actual multiplayer. Like, yes, we are playing other players, but are we connecting with people?
Dude, I'll say this: I implore everyone, go back into your collection of games.
Yes.
And play an older game. I bet a little bit you will feel bored with it. You will feel like something is off, because I feel like people are now trained for a loot box, I was playing
any nostalgia kit.
Like I was playing Black Ops 2 and I leveled up and I was like, loot box. And I was like, oh no, I don't get one of those. I'm like, what am I playing for? What am I doing? And that's what was weird. I was like, oh no, like it's happening. I'm getting tricked into believing that gaming is about this stuff. Like I'm expecting to get this. And I was like, like if you play Halo 3, I bet you'll be
there's
like
nothing. You get like the
you
armor.
get nothing.
You get the armor and that's
what I'm saying. So like there's nothing there.
There's only like 7 variations.
Like if I were to put my cousin probably on Halo 3, he'd be like, when do I get stuff? What am I playing for? And I do that now.
Yeah, I beat the Covenant, but like, when do I get the loot box?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I remember doing the same thing.
Wait, to get the armor, I have to beat everything on the hardest difficulty across also multiple games? Yeah, no, I'll pass.
Yeah, like I was playing Halo 5 and I was like, how do I get armor? Oh, you gotta just get in a rec pack. Well, okay, what's the point? How do I get those? Oh, you just gotta level up. Okay.
Wait, I actually have to have the rec pack card to get the gun in the game?
Yeah.
Is this Call of Duty? Is that you?
Yeah, like why guys pick? And like that's what's interesting is it's training people to play these older games. You go sit there and go, oh man, these are so boring. I'm not getting as much fun. I'm not. Where's my dopamine rush I'm supposed to get while I'm playing?
And neurons aren't firing.
And like that's what's happening is they are training you to sit down and go, yes, you get this random box that's all shiny and blingy, and you pops up with this purple thing. Goes, you got a legendary thing. I'm like, yay! And instead of just being like, yes, I worked really hard for my Hayabusa armor in Halo 3, and I can show this off to people. I don't want people who don't want to work hard. They want the random loot box. It's like throw it at me, just throw it at me. And
they just want the feeling. They don't want they don't care.
And the companies are telling you that's okay. They're like,
exactly. That's the worst part.
Yeah, they're saying yes, this is how it should be. You are by the loot box.
That's why it's dangerous because like it affects people outside of just gaming too.
And I think that's why I like this conversation of is it gambling? Because I think it's getting there. It's not gambling.
It's not gambling, but it comes with the same medical problems.
Yeah,
I think
it's coming to if I give money to this, I might get something.
It's not about what the companies are getting out of it. It's about the adverse effects on the people that aren't even related to when they're on the game.
Like I'll sit there. I'll look at rec packs. I'll look at Rainbow Six Siege packs, and I'll feel it, dude, right in the back of my little head. Like I'll feel it. Like I'm like, dude,
I can just hit that button.
Like,
I can get it.
Like when I bought the Battlefield 1 Deluxe Edition, it gave me like 50 loot boxes. Oh my god. You should have felt I almost bought 50 more. I was like, that was so much fun.
Magic Arena beta gives you 100 packs when you log in.
It gave me like 50 legendary boxes. I unlocked like every legendary skin. I was like, oh my god, give me more. Like that was so exhilarating. I just unlocked so much stuff. Like for nothing. They just gave it to me. I was buying more. And like that's what's weird is like it's designed so when you open them, it's all flashy. There's music, there's lights, and that's the issue is instead of playing the game for the fun, it's almost like I need to keep playing. I need to get more loot boxes. If I can't get more loot boxes, I need to buy more loot boxes. If I can't buy more loot boxes, I gotta find a way to get more loot boxes. And that's what's a weird point. Like, and I think people are like, loot boxes aren't a big deal, but I think they're getting to that point. It's one of those things where like we're gonna look back on it and say that was a turning point. That determined where gaming industry is gonna turn. Because what's to stop from someone just making a loot box game? Yeah, it's just like click. You just get stuff. You just get.
I mean, I think there was literally a game on Steam like a few years back that like all it was you got an achievement for like logging into the game.
Could you imagine a machine where you put a quarter in and like you pull the thing and things will spin and you just get money?
That's called an arcade, Jack.
I'll say that's called a casino. Yeah, it's a slot machine.
Either.
It all makes sense. And
I just got a text from the Illuminati. We gotta leave.
That's what I'm saying. Like people are like, that's not what it is. Like we're not getting to that point. I'm like, you don't know. That's how it starts. Like it's going to turn into you're putting in a quarter.
Yep.
And you're putting in like on Rainbow Six Siege. There's a little thing that spins and it gives you like a percentage of your chances of winning a pack. And I'm like,
what?
And every game it goes up, and like you until you win one, and then it restarts again. Like, and that's what's interesting is it's getting to this point where I'm getting things from loot boxes instead of just being like, I want this cool character skin. I want this cool character gun. I want this stuff. Just give me a level to attain. Give me something that sticks out. Because the issue is, if I sit there and I go, I want this cool skin, and I win it, and you don't have it, and you're level, like, what if you have it at level 2 and I have it at level 80? What does that say?
Nothing.
Like, it just says, like, oh, you got lucky or you bought more than me.
Yeah, basically.
Like, and I think that's what is tough, and that's what a big issue is it's turning into who is spending. It's your devotion is measured in dollars. You know, how devoted are you to this community? But I think it's different. Like with games like Fortnite, I think it's different. That's a free game. Like, I guess it's a closed beta. I don't know what it is.
I think that's another discussion.
Yeah, and stuff like I think like there are some games like I think Overwatch is our classic example. Like buy a loot box, or just get it for free. Like it doesn't matter.
Or just play the game.
Yeah.
There's no effect. The game. There is zero effect on the game.
Like, but in some games it's, oh, do you want this level 80 assault rifle? I do. Want to give me $1 for it? No. I'm like, oh, we can't get it then. Sorry. And like, go ahead, take that back.
Carrot on a stick.
Like, and I think I don't like the fact that people are, because I mean I'm aware of it, but maybe people who are younger aren't aware of it.
That's the problem.
And it's much easier. Like I'll never really accept it. I'll be like, no, this is wrong because I remember playing Halo 3. But someone's gonna go,
what's Halo 3?
Yeah, or someone's gonna go, what's Halo 3? Like I'm sure like in 5 years people will be flabbergasted by like GameCubes and stuff. I'm like, this is the game.
Oh, I think everyone was flabbergasted by the GameCube when the GameCube came out.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like
wait, it's got a handle on it.
Like I remember like playing I was like looking at my GameCube and it's like this game is 2 megabytes. I was like, what? Like the entire game is?
I remember being mad when the game was like 8 megabytes. I was like, you shit, my memory card can't fill this up.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's weird to watch your industry, I guess, grow up and not to be turning into what you thought it could be. And you have to kind of make an effort to turn it into that. Like, gaming isn't dying. Gaming isn't, losing its charm, because there are great indie games out there. There are people who are making games of love and passion, look like Cuphead. But the issue is the AAA stuff. The stuff that, like, the Joe Schmoes who don't touch a video game, that, like, everyone knows Call of Duty. Everyone
it represents us, essentially.
Yeah. Like, people don't go, like, oh, you a gamer? Oh, you must love Cuphead. Like, no, they go, you must say Battlefield or Call of Duty. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And so if that's your image, if someone wants to start gaming, they're not going to walk into the store and be like, what should I start playing? Oh, well, you should play Final Fantasy VII first. That's a gaming classic. Yeah. Then work your way up. They're going to say, can I just have Call of Duty, dude? That's what I want. That's what everyone plays. And
can I get the game where they shoot it with a gun? The one in the past or the one in the future, sir?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is, people say gaming's fine. Gaming is fine. But
it's fine, but it can be better.
It could be better. Could you imagine a good Call of Duty World War II game? Could you
there's flags. There's red flags.
Exactly.
It is. And when you start getting multiple red flags, that's when you got to be like, well, hold on.
Like, you got to put on the brakes and say, okay, let's stop this now. But if you just kind of keep going, at some point, it's going to be too late. And you're going to realize that you could have stopped it years ago. So
it's a little bit of a bummer. How about we end things a little bit lighter? What are 2 great gaming memories you have from this year?
I mean, 2017 was a long year. We played Overwatch together in 2017, right? Was that one?
I was on PC at that point.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I think one of them is definitely playing Xbox with my brother for the first time. That was like a week or 2 ago, and that was very fun to have that, to finally, because I remember we were sitting on the couch and he was watching me play Battlefield. He's like, man, I wish I could play with you. He goes, wait a minute, we can.
We can do this.
He ran over and what was really interesting, he's like, we don't have 2 headsets. I was like, oh no, wait, we have a Kinect. He's like, I haven't touched that in years, and like we're like go digging for it, and like we found it. We're like,
you can also just play in the same room also.
Well, TV's down. Like, we have a big TV downstairs, big TV upstairs. But like it was so funny. We're like, get the Kinect. We're like plugging it in. We're like how's it work? And I'm like, just start talking to it. Like,
turn on.
It's like, yeah, and it's so funny.
Okay, Google.
And like you saw this moment where like we grabbed this thing. We have like it was like dusty. And,
yeah, like you pull it up in the air and like dust is like falling like glitter.
And it's like, I'm like, wow. Plug that in, and he's like, "Can you hear me?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like,
"Can you hear
the Kinect?" He's like,
"Yes, I can, Jack."
He's like, "The Kinect's so cool." And I'm like, "What happened? Like, why we not use this?" And
dude, I was one of the people that love the Kinect. I would come in from school, walk downstairs, be walking down these stairs, and be like, "Xbox on," and it would just go on. I'd be like, "Yes, we're in the future."
I don't do that for the first time.
No, I did it every time.
Oh yeah,
literally, that was my day. Come in from school, grab a sandwich, put my backpack down, come down the stairs, sandwich in my mouth. Okay, Xbox on.
Yeah. I'd be like, Xbox pause, and like run upstairs and like, so like doing that, like busting out all that old stuff was really cool. And I really think I'm trying to think of like all this stuff. I really just think playing online with all my friends is like kind of like I gained a new appreciation for that. It's no longer like I just want to play for the sake of playing. It's I want to talk to my friends.
Kind of going back to your roots again.
Yeah, I want to talk to my friends who I can't see. I want to have these goofy moments again where I'm talking about what happened and like enjoying ourselves. Instead of having it feel like work. I think a game like Cuphead gets there. A game like Overwatch gets there. And I hope I want to look forward to a blockbuster again. I want to have like that moment.
You want to be able to say like I can't wait for this to come out. Not I can't wait to judge this as it comes out.
Like I remember buying Titanfall my senior year of high school like it was yesterday. Like I remember sitting with my girlfriend being like, I am so excited for this. And she was like, I don't understand. I'm like, no. This is like my life right now. Yeah. Like my whole life is devoted to Titanfall. This very moment. I left school. Like I sat there at GameStop at midnight, grabbed it, I plugged it in, and that was like back when I first realized that. So I had to like install games. I just sat there from midnight to 3 a.m. just sat there and stared at it. And I was like,
that's why digital is so important now. It's like because you can preload, and it's like the second it's midnight, it does the last 1%. And you're like, good.
And I remember playing that. Like I remember playing it for the first time. Servers crashed, and I was like, "Fuck."
I mean, that's how it always works. But like, I remember being up at like 3 a.m. for the beta for Titanfall, and like it finally went live, and it immediately crashed. Yeah. I'm sitting there like, I've been up all night. Yeah. I've been up all night for this.
Like that was like the last time. Like I remember my mom screaming at me because I didn't go to school that day. I was just sitting there just playing this game. Get to school. And like that hasn't happened.
Get off your video games.
And like that's what.
Where are you better like Chase?
And that's why I want to be excited for E3 again. I want to be excited for games. I want to like be like, wow, this game's gonna be like an event, and like everyone's gonna be playing it. And yeah, I think Battlefield 1 I got that with Battlefield 1 as well. I was like pretty pumped about that. And like seeing that trailer for the first time. And I think that's like, those moments I think are what make gaming. Like these moments of like I'm waiting for this. I'm so this is gonna be like a Hollywood blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
And
like Star Wars.
God.
Yeah.
And but that's what I think those are the moments I miss about gaming, and I hope kind of make their way back.
Yeah, for me, one of them is definitely like PUBG, like because it's this perfect mix of kind of what you're saying where lately I've been playing games that I want to be like I like to compete, you know what I mean? Like I like to compete. I like to like even though I'm not gonna be the best in the world, I like testing myself against other people. Like I get a thrill out of that, and it's a nice combination of that. But like at the same time, every single match in that game is its own experience, its own story, which is why that game is a great game to stream because like every person you're watching, you could be watching 10 different streamers in the same match, and each of their story would be different. Like each thing you're watching is different.
Well, I mean that's also 100 people in one map. Like that's the idea of it.
But if the map doesn't change itself, that's
well,
the
no.
point.
What I'm saying is like just the whole concept is like. That means like that's where gaming was meant to go to. Like this is what we're leading up to.
Exactly.
Like, games like this.
Then now I get to bring my friends into this, and I get that unique, continuous, hit my mic like an idiot, social experience that's ever changing and ever different, with my ability to still like have my brain really queued up and like sharpened and like testing myself. And it's this great combination of my new age of love of gaming with my original passion of gaming, of like sitting down. Like I had Christmas Eve here with my cousins. With a bunch of my mom's side of the family, which is all younger cousins, not older cousins, who I hang out with, and like I need to entertain them. So I'm like, oh, I'll pull out the Wii and some GameCube games. And so I set up the Wii and we're playing Mario Party. I'm like, this is what Thanksgiving and Christmas always used to be.
Yeah.
It's just all of our cousins crammed down, and they've never done this. Like it's all of our cousins crammed down here playing Nintendo games, like playing multiplayer Nintendo games. It's like I'm like I miss this. Like I haven't done this in years. This is what holidays used to be. It's like we all hang out, we all eat food and stuff like that, and then when the adults start doing adult stuff and start drinking, we all go in the basement and we all like do our little game time together.
Yeah. Like I only have like one. It's like now with a lot of games, I have to like plug it in so we're all watching one person like play it. But I remember like 5 on the Xbox 360, we'd have like Castle Crashers going. We have like I remember going to the beach for summer vacation and not even leaving the house. I just played Castle Crashers for 10 hours a day with me and my 3 guys who were there. We were like, let's play Castle Crashers. We beat Castle Crashers 5 times. Yeah, that's what we did.
Good game.
And fantastic. One of the best. Castle Crashers 2. Please make it. And
please.
Battle Block Theater also solid.
Have you not played Shovel Knight? I feel like that's a good alternative.
I played Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I feel that's a good alternative.
I just love Cat. It's like
sure.
it's very
there's something about the aesthetic with it.
It's very Newgroundsy. It's just great.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I getting those moments back, I think is it more feels like I'm just spending money on entertainment more so than an experience, and more so like to connect with people over like that, because I think that's where you get people is like I get my mom when she starts questioning gaming, I show her certain games and she's like, okay, I kind of get this now. Like I see why you do this. Like it is exhilarating. It is, it does have an art form to it. I think because people go look at TV and movies like those are normal, but gaming's weird. I'm like, gaming is, if anything, those two are weird. Gaming is better.
Yeah,
like you're the one sitting there doing nothing. I'm actually like talking to people.
I'm having an interaction of some sort.
Yeah, my mom's like, stop. My mom's like, be more social. I'm like, did I see my 8 friends in this chat right now?
Yeah, my mom. I remember like 2 years ago, my mom was like, you don't I realize you don't read books as much. I'm like you should read more. And I'm just like, first of all, you don't read it at all. You just read your textbooks for class, for teaching. So that doesn't count. And it's like, I'm watching all these subbed anime. Do you know how much you have to read? Do you know how much text comes across the screen at once and I have to read? My cognitive reading skills are on point. So do not come at me about my cognitive reading function.
And you're listening to another language.
Yeah, right? Like, it's like all this stuff at once.
I'm not saying I'm learning Japanese, but like, it's almost like you
start picking up on cues, though. Like, you get things.
You can hear like a tonal, like the tones and stuff like that. It is, you are just listening to the language. You could learn it by listening.
Yeah. And then my second thing for me is definitely like it's a cop out, but it's this channel in the sense that it really made me like, especially like especially this year, the way we took a harder stance on gaming as what it means to us, and not so much as like this is the news or this is a school game out, and more so like the experience, like looking for those older games, looking for those like newer experience that we used to have that they don't get anymore, coming here like every other week or so, and like really like trying to dig into like how we feel about this and why we feel about this. And I think the ability to come back to these objective roots these subjective roots I have about gaming, and refine them into how I now play games like Cuphead, or play games like PUBG, or go back and play games like Fusion Frenzy and stuff like that.
So, exactly.
I think is an experience I was really missing out on in college, where it's like I have free time, hop on game real quick, play a game so I can relax. It's like so I guess I'm relaxed, but it's like I didn't play games to relax. I played games to experience and to feel.
Exactly.
And so I think that's really helped me get back to that.
Exactly. I think that's a very good way of putting it. Is it wasn't about just playing for fun, that you got something out of it when you were a kid. It's something struck you.
Yes, it was fun, but there was more to it than that.
Like something struck me at a core level about games when I was a kid that other things just didn't. So it must have done something. Like I wouldn't just do it because it's like, oh, it's fun. I'm like there's a reason why all of us connect on certain games. They did something. They made you feel something. They gave you an experience, or you met people through it. And I think that those are the things that we can't ever lose sight of. Is the fact that this wasn't ever about making money. I mean, it was, but it was always about
there's another level to this.
Yeah, like we
the
can
people
tell
making
stories.
These games aren't just there to make money, or else they'd be accountants.
Like they're telling stories. They're making these characters that are in the culture. Like Master Chief is like close to my heart. He's not even real, but like he's there. Like it's like I
mean, Mario and Goku are representing Japan at the Olympics, so like
it represents the human culture, the human condition. I think that's what is very exciting about it. But
I think that's a great place to end this one on.
Yes, I agree.
It's going to be a while for the next one. There'll be a video going up the same day as this, probably before this goes up, so you'll know why. But yeah, you wanna do the honors?
Yes, I am at the Red Baron.
God, you're not even saying what you're doing.
What are you doing? Okay.
Hey guys, if you want to follow us other places, you can follow me on Twitter at the Mighty Mike,
and you can follow me at the Red Baron. You
can also follow our Twitter for the channel, which you don't really have to. It's at your e-network. We don't do it enough. Jack was supposed to be doing that, but he slacks. What you should really do is follow the Facebook page, which we do update a lot.
Yes, that is fun.
Which is facebook.com/Your Entertainment Network Team.
We just added live stream too.
We've been live streaming a lot on there. We post our news articles and stuff. So that's where you should really follow us. If you don't want to follow us personally, follow the channel. All those links in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe here, because that's where all of our uploads go. We're not even streaming on Twitch anymore. We're just streaming on YouTube.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say?
Happy New Year. Looking forward to my last semester of college. God help me. So
sounds like it's time for you
to power down.